My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. And today we have a Global Chamber Ethiopia, Global Chamber India cross metro meetup. So basically between Addis Ababa and Ahmedabad, although it goes beyond both of those cities in both countries, we have two outstanding speakers that maybe three. Certainly Salam Ayalu, who is our executive director in Addis Ababa. Thank you for joining us today. And also Tigist Araya, who is the CEO and co-founder of Araya Venture Lab. I understand will be here. And then Shankar, you are representing India, and we have, like Jayanth, other members from India here as well. Our focus today is, as it always is what are some new opportunities that we should know about between different parts of the world. And today that part of the world will be focused in on these two countries and, of course, anything else that might come up. Shall I turn it over to you, Shankar, or should I turn it over to Salam or to both of you?
I would respect Salam's introduction, and then I could take forward India's opportunities.
Wonderful. Salam, are you there? Salam, I know I saw you there. Let's see, and you are unmuted. Let's see.
If Salam can speak, we may have Rebecca as part of the board in Addis Ababa as well.
Okay.
So I don't know, Rebecca, if you're able to say a few words.
Rebecca, oh, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, welcome, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Doug. How are you? Hi, is everyone? Can you hear me?
We can, perfectly.
Yes, we can
Okay,
hear
good.
you.
Is Salam, is it muted or? Okay, good, thank you. Salam, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Okay.
You might need to log off and log back on, Salam.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Yeah. Rebecca, would you like to make any opening comments while we wait for Salam to be available? You are on the advisory board there in Addis Ababa. Could you give us a sense of what's happening on the ground in Ethiopia from a business standpoint, and anything that we should know and share, and certainly share a little bit about your business involvement as well?
Sure, I see Salam is back. I would give for her if she could speak. Can you speak, Salam? If not, I'll go ahead. No, probably you might use your phone or a computer to join. Yeah, so okay, thank you so much, Doug. My name is Rebecca. Just to introduce myself, I'm the chair from Addis Ababa Chamber. Yeah, business-wise in Addis, it's picking up with the old challenges, especially international networks and all that. It's really essential currently. I don't know if, Doug, you remember there's a connection I requested for Morocco, Casablanca banks. So we got a good connection. We needed to do a benchmarking visit for our Ethiopian second largest bank, which I was coordinating for the benchmarking visit. So we did in Casablanca through the Global Chamber, and also we did one of the largest visit in Dubai, the Emirates NBD. So we took a delegate from Addis to the two countries. So that shows me how important it is to network and connect with others. So my profession, as from Addis, I do I network with people. I coordinate. I'm a project manager by profession. Yeah, basically that's it. We have two speakers today from Addis Ababa Chamber. One is Salam, our chair, and the second one is Tegist. I don't seem to see her, but yeah, that's it from me, Doug. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. I think then, let's see, let me switch over. So looking, I guess then maybe what we'll do in the meantime, Shankar, is head back over to you until Salam can join. Would you like to make some comments as well, please? Shankar, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was.
Very good. You're still muted. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here today. I was always fascinated by cross-cultural promotions and businesses. There is something in that. And when I saw Caesar brought me in to discuss about Ethiopia, yeah, what a wonderful contribution to the global chamber. As in, I realized that we, as Gujarat and Ethiopia, we have great connection. And Addis Ababa, our business history goes back like 2,000 or 3,000 years back. And there are multiple Indian businesses, which are, I read that around 650 businesses run in Ethiopia successfully in textile, of course, in pharma, and many other areas of agriculture. And Gujarat also is an agriculture state, and there is great commonalities between the two countries. And the reason today that we are in a global economy, I'm trying to understand, I realized Ethiopia has not come to India so much. There is not much of penetration in the Indian economy from Ethiopia, though Indians have been doing business there. And I'm here to say that things have changed so much ever since probably the last time anybody thought of India to do business. And I would think that I must jump straight in and suggest there are various opportunities that the world is looking for, and the same goes for Ethiopian business owners, looking to explore opportunities in India. There are several key sectors to consider. India is a diverse and rapidly growing economy, for sure. The world knows it. And there are opportunities in various industries. And maybe I will break it down into three key sectors where Ethiopian business owners can explore opportunities and potential locations in India. India is the hub of technology and information technology and software services. And there are places like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, and Chennai. I wouldn't say, of course, Ahmedabad and Gujarat is hubs for startups. And IT is an exploratory area, and software services industry Ethiopian businesses owners can explore partnerships, outsourcing opportunities, or technology collaborations with Indian companies in these cities. Like I mentioned, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, and Chennai. Pune is closer to Mumbai, and India's IT industry offers expertise in software development. The connection we have with US and California and, the Silicon Valley. IT consulting and various technology-related services are a big success story that we propagate and we are proud of. Besides that, for Ethiopian businesses, pharmaceuticals and healthcare can be a great collaboration. And Ahmedabad definitely figures in that map. Some of the fastest and the biggest companies in India are based in Ahmedabad in the pharma sector. And so is it in Bangalore and Hyderabad and Mumbai. And so opportunities are, India is also the largest producers and exporters of pharmaceuticals. So Ethiopian businesses in the healthcare sector can explore collaborations with Indian pharmaceutical companies and me as the executive director here in Ahmedabad. We have quite a few pharma companies and the Chamber for Pharma itself that we can see how we can build it. And looking at Rebecca and Elisa, I think we can see what ways we can cooperate and create opportunities for your groups in Ethiopia to either visit or to find out collaborations. We are all open here. If not me, my networks, my advisors, and my company that I'm connected to are an easy way to build something together. And there are also generic drugs and contract manufacturing for the global market that takes place. I will pause here for a while so that others in the group and who are also leaders in their own right, like Parab and Jayant, can chip in a bit, and then I can circle back after a while. So Parab or
Okay.
Jayant, yeah.
Also, Salam has joined, and maybe we have the ability to hear. Salam, are you there?
I'm here. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yes, we
you?
can.
Of course,
Thankful.
thank
Yes.
God. Okay, again, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. It's really exciting to have this session. Thank you to Cesar and Elisa and Shankar as well, who took the lead to set up this event. We were planning to have our own, but having it across Metro with India was a great privilege for us as well. As Shankar has already mentioned, there is a strong relationship between India and Ethiopia, not only from the business, but from exchange students. There are a number of students who goes to India and, pursue their education. So just to add on what has already been said, here in Ethiopia, there are a number, in addition to, the trading relationship we have between Ethiopia and India, there are a number of organizations who are actually operating here in Ethiopia in the industrial parks, many of them being engaged in the textile production, paint production as well. So there are a lot of industries that foreign companies are being engaged, particularly in the industrial zones, which are designated for textile garments, as well as pharmaceuticals and industrial input production. So many of them are, from India, China, and we have some from European, but the Indian companies dominate in those areas. So apart from, the industrial zones, there are also other sectors, especially small to medium businesses, where most Indians are engaged here in Ethiopia, but most of them are, like, as already been mentioned, it's like on basic need, necessity kind of stuff. So we can build in that regard as well. And maybe another thing that we can add on is here in Ethiopia, especially, we are primarily agrarian economy and agrarian community. So we have like agricultural products, which we struggle to export. So that's one of the things, especially oil seeds, cotton and coffee are the main, agricultural product that we export. And in return, many of the, especially industrial inputs, are imported from abroad. So this kind of interactions and relationships will support, especially now that the economy is really low with our exports are small, so we rely highly on imports. So many of our organizations want to do both import and exports, so that they can trade out the local products, so that they would be able to import industrial inputs. So I think this is what I can say, and we can, I think, build on, if there are any questions. And maybe another point I want to say, not related to my presentation, is Tigist from Araya Ventures. It's unfortunate that she cannot join us today. She got sick, she had gluten intolerance, and she had something today, and she couldn't join us today. But in our other meetings, definitely she will join us. So myself and Rebecca are taking the floor.
Very good. Thank you, Salam. So the bilateral trade between Ethiopia and India is just about $3 billion, US dollars, 3 billion per year. Most of that is, I believe, exports from India to Ethiopia. The amount of Ethiopian exports is only about 100 million US dollars uh, between Ethiopia and vice versa. The dominating part of 3 billion exports. Uh, so certainly lots of opportunity, also lots of already trade. Uh, you've mentioned about maybe trade zone exist. What are you seeing? How does trade between India and Ethiopia typically happen, as with many countries in Africa, including South Africa, a long time ago, Uganda, the other countries, in, um, national populated in Africa, partially due to their own personal situation, but also for trade. Is the situation like that in Ethiopia the same, where there's a reasonable number of Indian nationals that live in Ethiopia, and is much of the trade between the two countries through those people?
Uh, well, as compared to Kenya and South Africa or other African countries, we don't have that much bigger population of a bigger Indian population, but we do have a good number of Indians. We do have 2 Indian schools here in the capital city of Ethiopia, just to show the number of Indians here. It's not as big, but there are few. But the thing is, more or less, the Ethiopian culture and the Indian culture, in many ways, it's related. So you can see, in all our demands and needs and the kind, it's more or less related. So there are, the products that we trade in is related to our needs and cultures as well, related to that factor as well.
Okay. Looking also at the trade data, there's been a big jump in the amount of imports from Ethiopia in the last several years. Significant, 3 to 4 times. That's been in sugar, confectionery.
Doug, we can hardly hear you, Doug. I'm so sorry. But can we all switch off our video? Maybe that'll help us, if you don't mind. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Much better.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm in a hotel, so it's probably bad Wi-Fi. I was mentioning about the amount of imports into Ethiopia from India has jumped significantly, maybe by a factor of 4 in the last several years. And that's been in commodities like cereal and sugar confectionery, but also in more manufactured products like pharmaceutical products, as Shankar, you mentioned, machinery, plastics, vehicles, I presume including automotive vehicles, chemical products, and electronic products. And so certainly congratulations to India, and congratulations to the trade between the two countries. It portends well for the future. Shankar, did you have any additional comments based on Salam's comments, or Rebecca?
Well, I just wanted to say that the opportunity in agriculture in Ethiopia is commendable, and there are already Indians operating there. And the fact that the manufacturing also is on a high-end factory setups, maybe there are opportunities for India to really explore and see how Ethiopia can be leveraged with its infrastructure in manufacturing and turning agriculture grains and otherwise, to produce and productize the whole as an export from there. And these are areas that I'm trying to take notes today and see, because just recently the Ethiopian consulate or the trade office opened in Delhi. And there is much reason to have them just set up now and see maybe what we are talking and what they are doing connects. And there can be much more opportunities to explore together.
Okay. I know there's several members in the audience as well. And so I wonder if Jayanth Murphy, who's part of Kaizen or Prob or anyone else would like to make any additional comments. And we'll also circle back, salam to you and Rebecca and any others in Ethiopia. Does anyone have some additional comments or questions that they'd like to make on trade, please?
Yeah, I'm Jan.
Oh, Jayanth. Oh, Prob, could you hold on for a second? We're going to go to Jayanth first. He's a new member of Global Chamber, and then we'll come to you. Does that work?
That's fine.
Fantastic. Jayanth, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Doug, and hello, everybody. I've had, I basically run a consulting company called the Kaizen Institute, which is a Japanese company. We operate worldwide, and I manage the South Asia and Africa operations. We also support GCC. We've been doing a lot of work in Ethiopia. There is also a Japanese government and Ethiopian government supported Kaizen promotion organization, which is it's a government initiative. We are a private company. We're called the Kaizen Institute. So Ethiopia has been holding a lot of potential for a very long time, especially in agricultural commodities. But my friends who have been doing trade between both from the Indian side and Ethiopian side will agree with me that foreign exchange is a big issue. And this is not a new problem. It's been there for a long time. So getting hard currency, is difficult. And, a lot of pharmaceutical companies who want to export into Ethiopia, they face problems in getting paid. So that's a challenge, which of course I reckon that you and me cannot, sort of address. But as a trade organization, maybe we can continue, in the Ethiopian side, do some advocacy and things like that. So I think foreign exchange is one issue. The second issue also is the port. The port is very far away, and this adds to the cost of doing business because it's quite far away. So these are things, nothing new, but I think known to everybody. There is always potential. As Shankar said, we have deep connections. A lot of Indian teachers historically have been teaching, professors and school teachers. So there's a lot of respect for Indians. The lady said there is a lot of similarity between our cultures. That's also true. So there should be some concrete efforts to leverage all these good things and find opportunities to, bump up trade both ways. It should not be one-sided. That creates a lot of disbalance. And I think, of course, the Ethiopian side, the Ethiopian businesses, and this is the last point I want to make, are aware of what can be imported from India. They probably are aware that India is a good source for pharmaceutical products, for chemicals, for many other things. But I don't think what are the common commodities and items which can be exported from Ethiopia is known to the Indian business community. So some kind of roadshow, or if we can, something can be put together. If Ethiopia has a few focus areas for export, it could be, for example, if you go to Kenya, they'll say, we want to export our tea, we want to export our coffee, we want to export our flowers, we want to have tourism, right? So they know what they want to export. So I'm sure Ethiopia has a similar thing. If it can be propagated, if it can be popularized, and there probably will lie the interest, creation of the interest, and inquiries can start coming for importing goods from Ethiopia into India. So I'll stop here. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Jayanth. Two things, and I'd like either Rebecca or Salam, if you could address the currency exchange and the focus that Jayanth talked about in terms of Ethiopian exports and where you see the opportunities. Before I do that, though, I want to mention that Jayanth and his company Kaizen, he mentioned that it's Japanese company formed by Mr. Imai, one of the legendary business improvement leaders in business history. Everyone knows Kaizen and the concept of Kaizen and their ability to do consulting and to support companies to be more successful is legendary. And we're really pleased to have you, Jayanth, and the company as part of Global Chamber. And your focus in on the Middle East and Africa, I think, is very appropriate to be part of this conversation and then future conversations. So I wanted to welcome you. Salam and Rebecca, did you have any comments based on Jayanth's comments?
Yes, Rebecca, do you want to say something, or shall I? I'll take it.
You can go ahead, or I can you can go ahead, Salami, and then I'll add.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Jayanth, for the points that you've raised, and maybe one point I just want to mention is on the foreign currency exchange challenge. I know it's been a challenge for most organizations, and still it is. But what we're hoping is the financial sector is opening up. I know it might take some time, but new international banks are invited. We're expecting to come to the market and operate very soon, because there are some legislative change that has been done. Most recently, the National Bank has approved, insurance for the deposits, for the money that is being deposited to the bank. So there are some mandatory actions that the government has been taking in order to prepare the local markets to be ready for the international markets. And we believe and we hope to solve the problem that we're facing currently. So this is one update that I want to share. And maybe another point that I might raise here is, I know where most of our businesses are dependent on inputs that are imported, and our exports are very limited. So one opportunity that I could raise here for Indian companies would be somehow to add some value to the raw materials resources that we have here, and then exporting them probably can solve the foreign currency challenge, because if it's exported, then the payments is not going to be made in local currency. So that would be one way of mitigating the foreign currency challenge. The other one is adding values, increasing the export that can go out from Ethiopia. So this is 2 points that I want to add. Maybe Rebecca, if there are additional points, I'll just pass it to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jayanth, for the insight. Yes, thank you, Salam, also for adding up. Just to add up on what Salam has said. Yeah, for financial sector, as you said, foreign exchange, we have challenges, but as a business people and as a global business, we always have a way. As Salam said, there's a discussion going on with the ministries and all that to open up that venue. For the last 3 weeks, I've been working with the finance sector, with the CEOs and the delegates as we are traveling around for benchmarking. So one the topics they were raising most of the time is to partner with the banks in Ethiopia. So it shows me there is an opportunity to partner with banks in Ethiopia. So anyone if interested in that area, I might link with the banks around here. This shows also there's a opening up with the international businesses, and also like as Salam said, for Indian businesses, because we have a lot of Indians business here. The other area is as it's opening up and policies have been they are developing and all that. Just to add up what Salam has said, is one of the things is to do what other business are doing is to export things and then import at the same time, so you don't have an issue for foreign exchange. For example, I understand that these precious stones are exported to India from Ethiopia, and also spices. So probably to balance up in such sector will be helpful. But because, as you said, both cultures have similarities, a lot of similarities in spice, the way we eat spice food. Most of them it's similar in cultural ways. So it's to find the balance. How can we work together? Will work. Thank you. Did you hear me? Or is that in?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very
Okay.
clear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
If you have any question, we are here to answer and link anybody who wants such information. We are available.
Thank you, Rebecca. Appreciate it. Prab, please go ahead. Prab is involved in the investment community around the world. He's got the ability to finance some pretty significant projects. What would you like to share, Prab?
Yeah, hi. Nice meeting all of you. I have business interest in IT and healthcare. And for Ethiopia, most of you talked about trade, and now it's already doing good, but it is mostly one way. I want to offer a new way to improve the inter-country relationships in export of services. See, as the GDP improves, the healthcare requirements improve, they increase. And I'm offering to set up a healthcare establishment in Addis Ababa on a build, operate, and transfer basis. We have the knowledge and the experience to set up a 500 to 700 bed hospital. And then we will man it also initially. For the first few years, we will contract to man it and then build, transfer, operate basis. We can run it for a couple of years. And once the local talent catches up, we can transfer it. This we have this complete knowledge and track. So anybody interested in investing in healthcare in Ethiopia, we can do the rest of the process. I invite anybody interested to come and visit us and see what is going on with healthcare establishments in India. I will show them everything. And then if the funds are available, we will do the actual installation, set up, run, operate for a couple of years, and transfer ownership. This is a new way of improving trade between the two countries. And this is more like a services export. It's not typical trade, but this is services export. And if anybody is interested, please, they should contact.
What would be some examples of that? Like what have you done in other countries that would be applicable for Ethiopia?
Now, we have done in India. So India and Ethiopia are very similar. We don't need European standards or we don't need American standards, but we can put up decent, for about $25 million, we can put up a 300-bed hospital in India. And it's similar in Ethiopia because most of the equipment we will ship from.
Could you give an example of a project, please?
Yes, in India right now, my son is managing a 625-bed hospital. It was set up from scratch, and he has a management training from Europe in international healthcare. So we can give a project report and turnkey, and he will also show other hospitals we have set up on a turnkey basis. There are a couple in India, and I can share those project reports and details, pictures, everything.
Congratulations on your success, and the work that you've done in healthcare has been really significant. So thank you. If any of you have a touch point in that area, definitely contact Prab. Thank you.
I also add that dog has been a motivator mostly, and he is an enabler. I have few words I have coined about him. He's a motivator, and initially he used to talk over lunch, and by the end of the lunch, everybody wants to shake hands with him, connect with others, and it was a lot of fun. So Global Chamber is doing very well, and I'm very proud to see it from a small start to global, really global. Thank you, and I congratulate Doug and Sri.
You're very kind. I see Bindu is in the call as well, and given Prab your healthcare work, Bindu also more on the talent side has been involved, but also technology. Bindu, would you have some comments? I know you just joined, but the conversation is about Ethiopia and India and the trade between the two, and then anything else related to that. What would you like to share today, please?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Doug, for giving this opportunity. And hi, Prabji. This question is for you. And we work in the healthcare side. We do the registered nurse and bring the doctors from the India to the abroad and USA. And I'm hearing, Prabji, that you are saying that your son is did some trainings, and other part, you're saying that you have like 50 beds, if I'm not wrong, I joined late, 50 beds, set up here in India. Can you please share with all of us what kind of hospital is that, and who are the major doctors are going to visit your place, and how long been this setup has happened, and what kind of collaboration help we can help you, because right now I'm in India, behalf of Global Chamber. If you want, I can come and see to give the little bit more information to the Global Chamber team. If you don't mind, can you please share that information with us?
Yeah, hi Bindu, and I am in Visakhapatnam, and this hospital is 625 beds. 625. It's multi-speciality, and it's
Wow.
there is a college also attached to the hospital. So it is a teaching hospital, and they have more than 250 doctors
Wow.
there. Yeah, we have all the specialties covered. What I'm offering is to set up healthcare establishments in Ethiopia, because Ethiopia will be needing this expertise to set up and run initially, and then initially we will man it also in Ethiopia. And then after some time, when the local physicians can qualify and catch up, we can hand over. So build, operate, and transfer basis, BOT basis. This is a services export I'm offering. So this may be a need in Ethiopia, and it may work because all the developing countries need new healthcare establishments.
Oh, perfect. After the call, Doug, can you please provide, Prabji information, or you can leave the message, to me, so that I can have a look in the Visakhapatnam, which is very growing place. According to my knowledge, I visited that Vishakhapatnam, where Prabji is speaking. Is a well-established city, and definitely it will be helpful for the global chamber. Let me go and see, and I'll give like more details for you. Global chamber. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank
you're
you.
most welcome. Showing around. Thank you.
If it hasn't already happened, we'll get you connected. Make sure, because of the synergy there. Who else would like to comment? I see several people haven't made comments yet. Terry, Santosh, Nihi, Lothar, Andre joined as well. We're in an open conversation. We have about 10 minutes left. And so this conversation, led by Salam and Rebecca in Addis and by Shankar and Ahmedabad, was intended to be a conversation about opportunities between India and Ethiopia. And so what does anyone else have to share, please?
I just got a quick request from Bindu, if you can explain, the expertise. Maybe it's a cross-border talk we are having, but I'm based in Ahmedabad and would like to extend what you do to my close networks and see how a synergy could be built. Thank you.
Thank you, Shankar, and we'll make sure that you're connected as well. Who else has some comments, please? Thanks for joining, Andre. Appreciate it.
Hello. Yes, I have a small comment from Pune here. Thank you for this webinar. Sorry for being late. I have some meetings on the ground here in Pune. So, like, as per the recent 3 months, I have received 3 types of requests, like for our basically local infrastructure from Pune itself, that can show a certain interest, if not the possible deal flow. Request number 1 is about rare earth metals in general. So, and there are several local buyers who are sourcing the market. So I cannot say that it is 100% sure, like line of supply. So second request that I have received is basically about everything like coffee and coffee beans related. So, but this is more or less regular business, and these requests are coming and going. And what is basically more or less systematic, what I receive regularly, like from local basically clients, and not only, this is a request for gold. So 3 requests that we can help you out with from Pune, from Global Chamber Pune, which I do represent. Thank you, Doug, for introducing me. So like this is about like rare earth metal in general, gold and precious metals, and everything we can say coffee beans related. 3 topics which I can be a help of regarding Ethiopia. Thank you.
Ethiopia is number 1 in the world, if not the top, certainly near the top. Any comments there, either Rebecca or Salam? Certainly, Salam, I know you're connected to the coffee industry through Anabal as well, and probably other connections.
Yes, I know coffee is our biggest export, and there are a number of organizations who are working in that area. So Andre, feel free to contact me. Like, we have different types of different source of coffee. So I can link you up with whoever you want to. I have a good connection in that area.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Andre, for joining. Anyone else would like to comment?
Hi, Doug. Hi. Hello, Salam.
Welcome. Are you in Lagos today?
Yes, I'm in Lagos. Quite warm. I'm in Lagos at the moment. Yes, I had a discussion some time back, a few months ago, with a US-based airport administrator, and they were seeking to get flights into the US, to the Africa, direct flights into a few airports. And Nigeria, Ethiopia, Kenya came up. So that discussion is a bit suspended now, but I expect that it should come back at some point. If they do, at least I know who to reach. So I just needed to give a heads up to Salam and the team here on that.
Yeah, I think both Salam and I met at least one airport administrator designer, right? Salam, during the Mandela Day back in the summer when you visited Global Chamber. So we know that there is infrastructure activity going on in Ethiopia for sure on the airport side. Any additional comments? And do you already know Nihi? Are you connected?
I'm connected to who, Doc?
Nihi, are you connected to Salam in Addis?
Yes, of course. We were on the same. We were also on the team that
On the FDI.
did the Africa.
Yeah.
The FDI a few weeks ago. Yes.
Perfect. Thanks to you both. We have about 5 minutes left. Any additional comments? Thank you, Nihi. Nihi is on the legal side of things, and he is a trusted resource and is also our advisory board chair for Global Chamber Lagos. So thank you for your leadership, which you mentioned the investment opportunity or the investment forum that was done with the help of Salam and others across Africa, and watch for more in 2024. Anything else, please? And hearing none, I think that probably brings us to the end of the program. Shankar, could you do a summary and maybe then followed by Salam and Rebecca to do a final, and then we'll close the room.
Well, I want to welcome Ethiopian businesses seeking to establish themselves in India. And the way to do that is also to help you have a detailed feasibility study and consult with local experts that we can connect you with, and also engage with relevant trade organizations and governmental agencies, which is always what we do in recommending international opportunities building up and to ensure a successful entry to the Indian market. And all the policies and procedures, so we have all the expertise that is required to make a soft land in Gujarat as well as in India. So I would welcome you warmly, and to connect, I'm Shankar at globalchamber.org. So we'll connect soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shankar. His expertise and activities in artificial intelligence are significant. And for those of you who are interested in that area, tomorrow we have a program on global education, and there are several AI components to that. First, Cipher Learning will be talking about how they've incorporated artificial intelligence into a training program for companies and for schools. And so Jennifer Geisler from Cipher Learning will be talking about that. And then we have people from Tec de Monterrey in Mexico on how they are supporting artificial intelligence-based companies in Mexico. So please check that out tomorrow. Thank you, Shankar, for your leadership there. Salam and Rebecca, any final comments from Addis, please?
Yes. Thank you so much, Doug, Cesar, and Shankar, and Elisa for organizing this event. It was really enriching, and I'm really happy to be connected with all of you. So I've left my contact address in the chat. If you have any questions or anything that you want to be connected here from the Addis side, please reach out to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Salam. And any comments, final comments, Rebecca, from you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Doug and the team. And thank you, the Indian team and all those spoke. It's really very enriching and nice to connect with everyone. Those who got interested and the one I'm interested in to connect, I will connect. I just want to say thank you, and it's really good to have everyone spoken here.
Thank you, Rebecca. Appreciate it. For the rest of today, We do have one more program that starts in a few hours. It's a webinar on trade finance. And this is the Global Chamber Chicago, and it's mainly resources from the U.S. talking about export financing. However, there's a very strong global component, and Dwight Winkler actually has put this together. Dwight, as some of you know, has lived in Nigeria, in Indonesia, and Kuwait, and those three countries primarily for most of his career. Even though, I mean, he's now based in the U.S., but because of his global experience and because of his knowledge in export financing, the topic, if you're interested, is something that I strongly recommend. That's on in a few hours. And then on the calendar, and those of you who are members, and I think almost all of you are, you received a newsletter, I think in the last few hours, from Global Chamber. The other event we have today is a Made in China sourcing event. However, that is in person. So I don't think any of you are like me in Los Angeles, actually Ontario, California. We're having a program with Made in China. If you have interest in sourcing from China, please let me know, and we're happy to get you connected to them. The contact we have actually is in Ghana for a good part of the year, and they've been involved in Ghana and all over Africa around sourcing products from China. So if that's of interest to you, please let us know. We'll be happy to help. And finally, and I'll turn it over to Cesar before we close the room, the Globinar on Wednesday from Hong Kong will be about Black Friday. And so I always thought Black Friday was an American thing, and maybe it was, but it's much more global these days, and dozens of countries participate in Black Friday. Black Friday because the Friday after Thanksgiving, which I think is around the 25th of November this year, is the day that Americans go out and buy for Christmas. But it turns out so do people in the UK, and so do people in Hong Kong, and so do people in Japan. And so we have speakers from Hong Kong and from Tokyo who will be speaking and talking about how to prepare your business for Black Friday effectively. And so if you or someone you know has a retail business, an online business that could benefit from being prepared for Black Friday, please check that out on Wednesday. Cesar, are you there, and do you have any final comments, please?
I'm here, Doug. Thanks, and thanks everyone for joining us today. No, I think, Doug, you covered all about the upcoming events, and of course we are trying to do the India meetup every month. I know we have a little bit of a stop during the summer, and we had a couple of events with Gunjan in September, and now this one. So, but our intent is to do it monthly, so we are all kept up on the opportunities in India. So if any of you wants to lead the next one, we can certainly do something in December before the end of the year. And so happy to co-organize that with any of you. So thanks again, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Have a great week. And thank you again, Santosh, Shankar, and Santosh for joining. And also to Salam for your leadership along with Rebecca. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.